Yeah, I mean, obviously they've got some good players, but we made them look very, very average today. I thought at spells. Performance was good. There was good concentration for the majority of the game. Just a couple of big moments cost us, obviously, and you're right. Sometimes you need to find a way of winning a game, and they've done that today.
The goal at the start, very well taken, but was there a concern about a high boo? Your player was down injured afterwards.
It was a high boo, I suppose, in the game as it is today. I would have been disappointed if it would have been chalked off for me, I have to say that. I'd expect us to be possibly a little bit more aggressive, even though the boots are quite high. But I get, it probably would have been chalked off in 7 out of 10 games, maybe 8 out of 10 games. But if I'm being really brutally honest with myself, I would have been disappointed if we would have scored that goal and it been chalked off.
The other moment of controversy was I think it was McGinnis again when he went down in the box. Do you think it was a pen, that one?
No, I didn't that one. I mean, it's hard to argue, and with the one that they actually got, I think a bit of a rush of blood from Regan. There was just no danger. The ball was going 3 or 4 yards over Eves' head. So that one was a tough one to take, to be fair. Listen, they were 10 minutes into the second half. They were desperate. They'll take a point. They would have took a point, and they would have, tried to finish the job off in the next game.
The shame was Regan had such a good game, and then just that, like you said, a rush of blood.
Yeah, it was, and it was something that you sort of don't normally expect from his type of character. So I'm not overly concerned in terms of having an effect going forward, but obviously it doesn't help, the situation today. But listen, I'm delighted with the performance, the way they went about the business. We've been done by a couple of crosses, I suppose, but in general play between both boxes, I thought we were superior.
Your captain's just talked about Lewis scoring his goal, being really pleased, having a difficult season, obviously, with catching COVID, not having his family here, the pandemic and all of that, but then scoring such a fine goal after he's had a good couple of games for you as well. Yeah,
no, it was a good goal. They worked it quite well, decent delivery, good technique, good concentration. And he is a threat in those situations, and that's why obviously a lot of people are showing a lot of interest, because he scores goals as a centre half, so he'll be looking to add to that between now and the end of the season, and hopefully we can put the ball in the right area and hopefully can get 1 or 2 more.
Like you said, loads of pluses in this. You got another 60 minutes out of George. It felt like he got, if anything, a bit stronger as the game went on, and then seeing Liam come on and Tom come on and impact the game as well. Yeah,
definitely. That's definitely the positives. All of a sudden we've got some of those senior players, them experienced players that we're gonna need over the next sort of 2 weeks or so, and hopefully beyond, to try and sort of do the job what obviously Hull have done today.
And when you look at the bench, you've got players there that you think will impact the game, whereas maybe you hoped in previous weeks, and now you've got a much fuller squad. Yeah,
and it's important that we try and keep as many players fit as we possibly can, and I think if we do that, obviously having options on the bench is important, because sometimes you need to change the way that the shape of a game's going. Sometimes when you're behind in games, you need that sort of calming influence around the team, knowing not to sort of chase the game too quickly. And the likes of Brids and Hops and these people and Granty, they're only sort of going to benefit from the minutes they've got today.
And picked up any knocks at all today?
No. There is 1 or 2 sort of maybe bruised, or ego's probably the wrong word, but there's a couple of them in there hurting a little bit because they're disappointed, because they felt they played well and should have got something from the game, and I couldn't see us losing that game today, if I'm being honest. Maybe a drawing it, but I just couldn't see us losing the game.
And then obviously the 2 centre halves, any update on them? They're getting a bit closer, are they?
Yeah, they are. How close, not too sure. Certainly won't be available for Tuesday. Outside chance maybe for Saturday, but the last 2 games have probably been more realistic. Certainly for Walshy, Adam might be a little bit longer.